something shady. You don't think I was like...
I'm not saying you're doing something shady.
What?
I'm saying that this whole thing, I'm trying to figure out where this nominations and the pseudo deals with Chilltown, it doesn't make sense because I'm hearing one thing from you and I'm hearing a different thing from Howie and Janelle. And then they are not merging correctly.
I'll bring everyone in here together and I'll explain everything to you. Where do you have, where are the gray spots? I mean, I don't understand where it's not matching up.
The gray spots is, why are we keeping Nicole? It's all the other stuff doesn't matter. All that stuff, it's washed. It's done. We're not going to figure this. We're not going to figure out what happened, or I'm not going to figure out what happened because I mean, obviously, you know, I'm not going to figure out what happened up here or any of these things at all. The problem is there's two people right there, and we have to decide which one of them is going home. And I want to know why we should keep Nokomis over Diane when I feel that Nokomis can hurt us more in the long run than she can help us.
Because
that's all I want to explain, and then you'll have my vote.
Okay. All right. First of all, I want to get this whole Chilltown thing out of the way, because if you're going to sit there and listen to their bullshit outside...
I listen to everyone's bullshit, and then I try to factor in and figure out.
Okay, well, obviously you're here and you're upset.
Because I just gave them the whole thing about they're the only ones fucking up, because they're the only ones playing into their paranoia. I'm like, Allison played into her paranoia, and she went the fuck
So why
home.
are you paranoid right now?
And I'm not paranoid. I'm trying to figure it all out, because I'm getting 9 different stories. And the problem is 3 of those different stories are coming from these people.
No, they're not.
Like I said, all that stuff is a wash. I don't care about Chilltown. If I get HOH, they go up next week. I don't care what deal.
Okay, look, you can do what you want. Okay? You can do what you want. But I was HOH this week, and I felt this was the best thing to do. And these are the reasons for which I did them. Okay? It's complicated, but at the same time, it's pretty straightforward. Now, if I'm going to come out and be like, well, that's a strong player, and that's a strong player, or that's a weak player, and that's a weak player, I'm putting them up, then it would be that simple. But it's not.
I guess my logic, like I said, I don't want to talk about them because the 2 people are on the block, so that's...
No, I want you to understand exactly what I did.
But the thing is, there are just things that we are going to have to agree to disagree with. You know what I mean? Because like, it's like you and I trying to figure out socialized medicine. You want it? I don't. You know, it's just things that we're not going to agree on based
I'm not on... No, because we could probably...
Because my deal was, I would have put up Boogie because Jace is a part of Chilltown, whether we like it or not.
But we didn't realize that towards the end. But then, as things moved along, I had to realize. Here's the thing, James. You have to think.
That was my thing, because that would have left big targets in the game. There are still very big targets in the game. There's Danielle. There's Will. There's Jace. You know.
Okay. Right.
Boogie, whether he's a threat or not, but he is someone that riles.
This thing sucks.
What's up, hon?
James, you need to realize over the course of this game, you're sitting here. I'm trying to work for the team, and you're sitting here almost accusing me of trying to sabotage something, or only looking out for myself.
I just want to know how Nokomis. Why it's better to keep none of the other stuff. Matters.
Yes, it does matter, because I'm not. You're looking at
You're not being accused of trying to sabotage anyone, because you need us in this game as much as we need you.
Okay.
That's the bottom line.
Okay, and I gave you that same
I just want to know why Nokomis should be staying over Diane when Diane more than likely cannot hurt us in the end.
Damn thing. Do you realize what happens if you put negative energy in here? They're just neutral. Okay, what happens is if you don't suck it out, like suck the air out of the vacuum.
So Diane's a negative energy then.
She does nothing. She hasn't done a damn thing. Okay.
Okay.
You want to know why? Okay, first of all,
George hasn't done a damn thing either.
We want to go after George. If I was to get HOH whatever next time, I'm going to go after George. Here's the premise. Okay.
So you're trying to create this animosity and this whatever confusion or all this other stuff between these other groups.
That's the only way to save our asses.
So we create all this between the other groups. There is one group that, regardless of who they say, who they talk to, they are coming after our group. And there is one group that is trying to turn this entire house against our group.
But do you what happens if they cease to exist?
Well, they don't cease to exist because they're still here for another week.
What if once they're gone? What happens? Or once we attack? Once we go after
people are going to come after us, anyways.
Not if you. I'm trying to do whatever.
No, I understand that. Like I said, we both have different ideas on how that. So just dumbass. So just we both have our different ideas for strategy. That's something that we're both going to always. I mean, we can't always agree on everything.
Right, this is my strategy. I'm
right, and you're HOH, and as you told Janelle that until I'm HOH, I can't say shit. You know what I mean?
No, not that you can't say shit.
So
we're functioning as a team.
Just figure
I
out.
always joke around with
out
you.
of those two, I just need to know why Nakoma should stay over Diane.
Because I'll tell you why.
Because Diane has one HOH and one veto. Nakoma has 3 HOHs.
That has nothing to do with it. I didn't even factor that into it. I understand that she's a good player. They're both good players, but they play the game differently. I can see, even if it's not now, I can see Diane siding up with Chilltown before Nokomis does. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. And if either one of them was to get HOH,
Hey,
But I have my porch.
here, that one, I didn't mix it.
if either one of them was to get HOH, Nokomis would be the one to go after Chilltown.
Okay, so Nokomis gets her HOH.
And she would not come after us.
Right, but Nokomis gets her first HOH and goes after Chilltown.
Right.
Okay? Chilltown is at that point dismantled. Nokomis' next HOH, who does she go after?
The rest of the house
Yeah,
is still
but-
scared of shitless of Nokomis.
Look, Nokomis being in this game scares the floaters, which causes the floaters to have to play, which means that
Danielle is scared shitless.
it takes the target off of us.
I'm scared shitless of Nokomis because, and so is Howie, because we are the people she targeted because
It doesn't
she is
matter.
a smart and strategic. But she is smart and strategic, and Nokomis, just like she took on, Nokomis in her season took on everyone else that the house was scared of.
And they're
Okay.
scared of Will and Boogie.
But if Will and Boogie are dismantled with Boogie going home,
Not necessarily, and that's why we're trying to stick Jace in the group.
I just see Nokomis as being the knight in shining armor for all these floaters come 2 weeks from now after Chilltown is dismantled. and
Okay,
leading the
well, 2 weeks
revolution
from now,
against us.
right now, here's the thing. Right now, we are public enemy number 1.
I don't think we're public enemy no more. I think Chilltown is
Because
public
I'm
enemy.
trying to be. Why? When did Chilltown become an enemy?
Well, when they gave into their paranoia.
And when was that?
Well, I think
Mother-
Now.
what the fuck?
Here. Come with me.
What? And how did that happen? Do
We
you think
just keep getting off the fucking subject. The
No,
subject
I
is,
want you to know, because here's the thing. How did they all of a sudden become paranoid?
Well, one,
people pressure-
he's not a good player,
Okay.
Okay.
And?
and he was. Okay.
Do you realize that I wanted to create that paranoia? Do you think it just accidentally happened?
Paranoia in this house is one of the most.
It happened.
Paranoia in this house is more basic of an instinct than any other emotion.
I agree
Because that
with
is
you.
what fuels
But you need a catalyst.
everything in this house.
And you know what? The first week everything was fine and dandy. We were all sitting around the fireplace singing Kumbaya. But you need a catalyst.
So that's the thing.
And
Like
you need dissension in this
everyone
house.
might have been sitting around the fireplace, but I was out there fucking getting in bed with Allison and fucking all these other people to figure out what the hell was
You know
going
what?
on.
There were a couple people playing the game, but there was no dissension in this house. I'm trying to cause dissension. Okay? And
The dissension part is working great. The dissension part is working great. That's why I said I don't even want to talk about that because. And physical health because of this shit is another thing. But I really need to know why. Two things. Why we need Nokomis against Chilltown. I understand she'd be a great ally if she gets rid of them and then somebody bounces her ass out the next week.
okay.
But I don't think that's going to happen.
What do you think is going to happen?
I think, first of all, once Chilltown is gone, or is even dismantled, let's say Boogie goes home, okay, and you have good players, you have great players like Danielle, Nokomis left. You have good players like Marcellus and Erica left. And then you have a piece of shit like George left. You have 5 people who are going to be motivated by Will, and he's going to sit there and he's going to tell these people, listen, you've watched this many weeks in a row, season 6, just pick people off, da-da-da-da-da. He's going to have these people motivated to come after us. And I
Okay.
would rather